Hi everyone, Uncle Nacki here. Today was a busy day for me. I went to two different shows. First show I went to was a baseball card show, and the second was a coin show, which I'll do in a separate video. The baseball card show I went to today was Trumbull Card Show at in Trumbull, Connecticut, obviously, at the church. This is the first time I've been to this particular show. Not too bad. I thought it was going to be, a bigger show because some dealers had talked about this show, and so in my mind it was just, I was just expecting it to be, a much larger area, and I was kind of surprised when I got there. It was a lot smaller than I had imagined. Still, decent amount of dealers, a lot of the same dealers at some of the other local shows that I've been going to. So, I'm seeing a lot of the same stuff, but, they are bringing different things with them. So, they are switching it up a bit, and it's not like it's like a waste of time to go to, say, two different shows over a 2-week period and seeing, 50% of the same people. They are, bringing some new things, and you are finding, new cards that may not have been there the week or so prior, at say a previous show. So like I said, Trumbull, Connecticut, not a bad show. If you're in the area, definitely check it out. Their next show is going to be March 23rd, and like I said, not bad. $1 admission. Lots of decent parking and everything. Not really any issues, as far as that or finding it. Fairly simple. When I usually go to these shows, I tend to pick up some basic supplies as needed. The supplies are sold by Fred and Karen, and they carry pretty much everything that you could need. Say baseball card related, usually at these shows. They also carry things for comic books and magazines. But a majority of it's, say baseball card related, but, it is a baseball card show, so they tend to, focus more on that. But at some of the other shows where there's coins involved, they do have some, things for coins. So as you can see, this is one of their flyers here. They have stuff for cards, coins, comics, or other collectibles. And, reasonable prices. Like I said, if you don't need to get a lot and you just need something to hold you over from one show to another, this works out very well. I was able to get both of these. I believe the thicker top loader package was $3, and the regular top loader package was $2. So $5 for the pair. You get 25 in each one. The ones that are a little bit thicker will hold like the cards that are in the like the top silver packs. The cards will fit better in these. You can get them to fit in these, but you will struggle and risk the chance of doing damage to them. Otherwise, these here with just the regular penny sleeve will just fit a basic standard base card from a set. And I just picked these up because sometimes when I'm sending cards out, if I sell something, I want to present it somewhat halfway decent. It's surprising, some of the cards that I do buy online, what they're sent to me in, and I get it. If you can keep the cost down, and then keep the cost of the card down and the shipping down and everything else, overall you're going to spend less money, but you're not really spending a ton of money when it comes to at least, putting the card that you're sending somebody, say if they bought it for $10, to just put it in a 10-cent holder, then put some, some of the blue or green tape on top so it doesn't leave a sticky residue. And then, then double up the outsides with, say, some, used ones that may have stickers on them or they're discolored or scratched. And, it's just better that way. I prefer getting cards sent to me where, I get them and I don't have to reholder them after I receive them. I can just kind of stick them in the box or put them in a pile wherever and, not have to really worry about it too much. As far as the cards at the show, like I said, a lot of the people that were there, I've seen at the previous shows. So some of the stuff was, a lot of the same. I did notice, some dealers had some, new boxes of cards. One dealer in particular, he had a couple boxes out on the table, and the way the pricing works, the way I like it, and I'm sure many others like it, is you just have a set price for whatever's in the boxes, and you take your time, you pull out some decent deals or something, and there's just more of an incentive to search those boxes. I don't like going to the tables that have the boxes of cards that aren't priced, and then you pull a few out and they're looked up individually for value in order to give you a cost on the card. I understand that sometimes that's really the only way to do it, but as a buyer, buyers prefer to search through boxes knowing already ahead of time, what the cards are going to cost them. And overall, it's just, it's obviously it's a better deal for the buyers. And then, the sellers are, going to probably sell a lot more just because of that. So these cards here were actually in a box where they were 25 cents a card. Condition obviously isn't, they're not going to be in mint condition because they're 25 cents. So they will have some condition issues, but, I know collectors out there that, will probably pay, $1 or maybe even $2 for a particular card in this condition. So for me to spend 25 cents on it, that's what it's kind of all about. So, like I said, this pile here was 25 cents. A couple of them I picked up, for my own personal collection, or, something that I thought I might need. But this one here, 1980 Topps, Ozzie Smith, 25 cents. This one here I picked up just a Jim Hunter from 1973 Topps. Just in case I needed one of these, I just, happened to pick it up. It was in the 25 cents pile. I figured, why not? This one here I picked up. It's a Don Mattingly card. I don't have this Don Mattingly card. It's a Topps Gold for 25 cents. I put it in my Don Mattingly pile, and, then it can stay there, This one I picked up just because it's Yogi Berra. I'm a Yankees fan. This is a 1981 Donruss. This was the first year Donruss came out. With a set of cards like this, and like I said, same thing for 25 cents, and it's in a decent shape too. It's what I would consider like wax pack fresh. Thurman Munson 1979 Topps, rough shape. It's got a big crease going across and another one on the bottom. This was Thurman Munson's last New York Yankees card, and unfortunately he passed away in a plane crash. But, for 25 cents, like I said, I'm sure there's a new collector out there, a Yankees fan, that wouldn't mind adding this to their collection, even if it's for $1. I'm ahead of the game, basically. And the rest of the cards I picked up out of the 25 cents bin were some random 1971 tops. And all these 71 tops were all high number cards. So they're all from the last series of the set. And, the last series, for the 1971 tops, they're just more difficult to come by. So if you see the card numbers, we got 726, or is it 728, 748, 693, 704, 718, 708, 707, 688, 668, 670, 673, 653, 658, 655, and 661. So like I said, for 25 cents a piece, these are usually a pretty good buy. There's people out there that are putting, these particular sets together card by card, and usually, they're left with the high number cards, that are missing, and, they end up, sometimes having to pay, a couple dollars a card, just to fill some of those spots. So, for me to be able to pick these up at $0.25 a piece, there's a little bit of money to be made. I don't need them personally for my collection. Probably out of all these cards that I just showed you, I'll just probably hold on to the Don Mattingly card, and the other ones will probably be listed on my website. And like I said, those were in the 25 cent box. Next were the 50 cent box. And I didn't find as many cards, but there were a few that kind of stood out. The first one was from 1974, number one card in the set, Hank Aaron. As you can see, it's got a massive crease on the bottom here. But for 50 cents, this is this is one of those cards that you either don't own it, or you spent a lot of money to get one and you own it. And if I can say sell this for, I put a $3 or $4 price tag on it, somebody will probably add it to their collection just because it's such a special card from that 1974 top set. And so I couldn't pass that up. And like I said, it's card number one in the set. You can see the creasing on the back. But it's a Hank Aaron card. Sometimes you just can't get any better than that. Hank Aaron also had in that same set special series of cards where it went through all the different years of all his Topps cards. And unfortunately, there was just one of those cards there, but I picked it up. It's in much better shape than the number one Hank Aaron card. This is the number 4, and same thing, 50 cents. And 1983 Topps Willie McGee rookie card. It was just one of those purchases. I figured, why not? I don't know if I have any extras of these lying around. I know I've got a bunch of Wade Boggs and Ryan Sandbergs, to list on my website. Wasn't sure if I had the Willie McGee card, so this way, if I do have it, one, I'll have more than one to list. If not, it's just, like I said, just more cards for me to list on my website. And if I haven't told you about the website, it's basically the website name is it's unclenacki.com. you can go there. It's going to be a website where you can purchase, coins, stamps, comic books, sports cards, non-sports cards. There may even be some other things, such as supplies, display cases, and there may even be some other subsections to the website for people that are doing vinyl type stuff, things with for decals, or scrapbooking type things. It's definitely going to be collectibles related, but it may have another section in the website for like scrapbooking type stuff. So we'll see how that goes. Right now it's not up and running. It's a work in progress, and I'll definitely let everybody know when it is up and running. And the last card out of the 50-cent bin, another Thurman Munson. This is the 1978 tops, and this one much better condition than that 1979. And like I said, 50 cents for me to be able to pick this up. There's a little bit of room on the table to make a little bit of money. The purpose of my website's not to get rich or anything. It's just for me to be able to, go to shows, find the good deals, and then, be able to pass those deals on and, make a little bit of money to be able to take care of my expenses, to, continue to go to shows. I do these videos on YouTube, and I don't get any sort of revenue from that yet. And by the time I finally do, I don't know how much I'm really gonna get, if anything, by that time. Who knows? So I have to look, elsewhere in order to keep this, the progress going, basically. And if I can make smart purchases and be able to, pass them along to, my viewers, I'll do that. And, obviously without trying to take advantage of anybody or overprice anything. That's the last thing I want to do. I don't want a website that's just got a bunch of stuff that just sits there. So, I'm going to be able to, I want to be able to find things that are priced right to where I can put them on my website and be able to, get a card sent out to you guys that, where it's still enjoyable and you got it at a fair price. So, like I said, 25-cent pile, 50-cent pile. So these two piles here, worked out to $7. And, like I said, those are the ways I really like to buy cards. I don't like to, pick these out of a random box and then ask how much are these, because the price I'm going to be told, 9 times out of 10, I'm, not going to be really completely interested in purchasing them after I'm told the price. And it's, you just kind of have to find the right person to buy from, the right dealer that has the right pricing structure that you're comfortable with. Same dealer also had a stack of cards that were basically, they had price tags on them, and the deal on these was basically, anything in the pile was 90% off of the sticker price. And obviously these sticker prices are they don't even really make a lot of sense. I'm sure they, maybe for a near mint to mint condition card on the high side of maybe Beckett. I'm not really sure where the numbers came from, but I picked through the pile and only chose certain cards, and that was it. And so like I said, this stuff here was $7, and and these cards here totaled $28 for everything you see here. So I'm not really sure how the actual breakdown went, but for $28, this is what I ended up picking up. 1972 Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan cards are, always popular. Hard to go wrong with a Nolan Ryan card. That was one of the reasons why, picking this card up. He also had a 1971 Nolan Ryan with a higher price tag on it. I think it was priced at like $180, but it would be 90% off. And to me, so it would have worked out to like $18 or something like that. The condition was not good at all, and it was very, very off center. And then it being the black border type card, it really showed the wear and tear on it. Kind of reminded me of like some of my really old beat up T206 cards. And for $18 on that particular card, that would be a fair deal if the card had good eye appeal, but it just didn't have that eye appeal, and that's why I had passed on it. He thought I would actually pick that card up, but I just wasn't interested in it just because it just didn't have the eye appeal. This one here, you look at it, it's nicely centered. It's got wear on the corners and everything, but overall it's no major damage or anything like that. And to me this is it's a $10 card. It's a fairly priced card. So next card I picked up, for any of the hockey fans out there, Wayne Gretzky. This one here, I'm not sure which year this one is. 1982, I think. Definitely not his rookie card, but this might be his maybe third or fourth year. I'm not really sure. But when you factored in the discount and everything, Wayne Gretzky's like Nolan Ryan. You really can't go wrong on a purchase if the price is where it needs to be. This one here, George Brett, 1976 Topps. This is his second year card. His rookie card was 1975. Overall conditions pretty good on this. It does have some centering issues, but for those of you that are familiar with this particular card, this card seems to always have centering issues. It's the number one problem with this particular card, and it has to do with the placement on the sheet that where it's located. It seems like however they cut that sheet, this card always it always ends up off center. It's very hard to find this particular card centered perfect, and if you can find it centered perfect, then it's a lower grade card. It actually surprisingly will sell reasonably well, but this is the centering on this, the way it looks, this is what you would normally find. And price wise, it's a fair price for a second year card. Another Nolan Ryan, this one 1978 Topps. Condition overall is decent. It is off center, but again, if you're gonna buy some older cards that are not perfect but are reasonably priced, you want to go with some of the better names, and just make some smart purchases. And all these guys here, and just all Hall of Fame guys. 1975 Tom Seaver, and it's it's a really nice card. It's somewhat centered. It's a little crooked if you look at the the sides, but overall, when you factor in the pricing, the 90% off, that's works out to like $1.20 for the card. You really can't pass up a Tom Seaver 1975 for that kind of price. I can put this on the website. Maybe put it at $3 or $4 and see what happens. 1979 Topps Ozzie Smith rookie card. It's obviously off center, but again, it's a $3 card. $3 for Ozzie Smith rookie card. No major creases. And if you collect rookie cards and you're not super sensitive to the condition, this is the perfect card. It's a key rookie card in that set, and at this particular price that I've got it for is incredible find. And even if I mark this up double, say I ask $6 for this card, it probably won't stick around long. It's a nice card, especially once I scan it properly front and back, so you can see all the details and everything and any of the defects. You'll really be able to make a decision if it's a card that will fit in your collection or not. 1971 Topps Tom Seaver. I picked this one up. The 71 Topps are very condition sensitive just because of the black background. When they start to get a little wear and tear on them, they start to look awful, really quick. So, when I try to pick these out, I try to get them where they're fairly centered and, no major creases, in the picture area of the card. This one does have a crease down here, but, for the price, I'm not going to complain too much about it. It's price to sell, basically. And last card I picked up was just a random, football rookie card. And, I just was trying to make the, the deal kind of even out to somewhat of an even number, so I, chose a football card to be able to, put on the football portion of the website. And I've got a lot of football to add, but not too much of the older stuff. A lot of the football cards I have are kind of mid 80s to maybe mid 90s, and then there's some early 80s, like I got a lot from the 81 set and the 84 set. So it kind of bounces all over the place. And so that was really about it. Like I said, overall good show. I felt like I picked up some decent cards, and again, the next show is March 23rd. So if you're in the Trumbull, Connecticut area, come check it out. All right, and as always, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet and you want to continue to get like notifications or anything like that, or see some of the videos that I may kind of pop up on your playlist, definitely subscribe. That always helps encourage me to make more videos for YouTube, and just kind of get the the collecting word out there, that, the hobby's still alive. Whether I'm showing you coins or stamps, comic books, baseball cards, whatever the topic, might be that day. Just so you know, it's still alive. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.